We have new proof of the XRP case being thrown out through March because it pertains to Trump's government order. We were given that to cover. Another ETF filed with the aid of CoinShares. How about Ripple flipping the switch in Portugal? And sure, we've got a brand new pockets. This is going to be integrating the XRP ledger as nicely. So just setting out this week, it's already shifting, and we love to look at the development for both Ripple and XRP. But I do want to provide you with a little bit of insight here on what's taking location on Doge. We discovered some extra fraud taking region there as nicely, so we were given a full replace. Now, lamentably, the awful news, we got to come up with the best, the horrific, the ugly. It's no longer unpleasant, even though it turned into ugly. We saw the largest liquidation occasion within the records of cryptocurrency closing week. Definitely shook out quite a few people. And what we were hoping to peer turned into that bullish hammer candlestick sample right here in this weekly candle, right here. That failed to manifest, okay? We had to near above $2. 58, that is, in which we started the week off, wherein we would closed off the previous week, turned into proper here at $2.58. So we desired to look that candle frame above $2.58. We wanted to turn this one inexperienced, and we desired to print a bullish hammer candlestick sample. It did not occur. That's okay, although due to the fact when you zoom out at the weekly chart right here, the structure is simply high quality on XRP. Here we are at $2.42 and recognize why it did not appear. Yesterday, we were given the statement that China became going to slap price lists on the United States. And then seemingly Trump's going to be doing the tariffs 25% on steel. And I suppose there is one other product throughout the board coming in from anywhere. You recognize China, Canada, whoever's trying to ship us steel. And I assume there's one other product too, 25% tariffs. So the tariff change struggle continuing into this weekend is what stopped XRP from improving. And now the broader marketplace has woken up this Monday morning and is moving returned up higher. When you zoom out on the shape, the TA is simply quality, so don't worry approximately it. And there is a lot to speak about aside from XRP fee. You're going to see on this episode right here these days, we are moving and the establishments are coming. Now, extra fraud. Doge crew simply determined that FEMA just dispatched 59 million ultimate week. This remains happening, guys. I imply, and the audacity to suppose that they could break out with this after they recognize that Doge and the group is on pinnacle of it, and they're nevertheless trying to do that. It's incredible. They haven't any disgrace. Their concept that they had never get stuck, their notion that she could by no means lose lower back in 2016. Here we're 2025, and we're nevertheless bringing it. This is going toward luxury lodges in New York City to house unlawful migrants. Now, this violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's government order. That cash is supposed for American catastrophe relief and instead is being spent on excessive stop motels for illegals. A clawback demand can be made nowadays to recoup those price range. Now, we are clawing it lower back. Love to see it. And there's going to be plenty extra. We're going to maintain the ones updates coming for you guys at the start of most of our episodes there. We're going to need to slip in a bit clip there on Doge to give you the little Doge replace. Not at the Doge cryptocurrency, but on the Doge Elon team operating. Now, speak me of running slowly right here, but Congress has regulations on the way. It looks like we are going to get stablecoin regulation passing first before we get broader market structure to comply with. This is the update from David Sachs, the AI and crypto czar. And so he is pronouncing that the strong coin bill, it is occurring first, market shape comes next. And so we will expect that guidelines throughout the board. Stablecoin bill can be completed this 12 months for sure. That marketplace shape bill, I'd love to see it manifest. It needs to manifest this year as well too. But I wanted to make a factor in this. To me, the chess move right here is to essentially finalize the stablecoin legislation and stable US dollar supremacy by way of locking in our stablecoin policies before we open up the broader market. Before we permit every person else participate with the total green light, we are going to ensure that the stable cash are properly to move. And it's going to be strong coins like RLUSD that Ripple has launched. Now, a quick factor that I desired to make right here on FTX, a good way to start distributions. Before we get to that, on a lighter note, I concept this was a quite funny comic story. Naive meme sharing this. The horrific news, FTX will begin repaying 98% of users at Bitcoin being at 20,000. And they're all getting paid returned in cash, not in real crypto. They're getting paid again in coins. At the time of the bankruptcy filing, which became November 2022, the lows of our bear market. But the coolest information, when you have 1 ETH at FTX, you then still get 2,500, the same price in 2022. Now, I thought this changed into a quite funny meme, and I wanted to make a point on this, so I'm sharing this right here. I did go back and fact test this, and Ethereum, without a doubt, was lower. It had damaged under 2,000. So on the time of the FTX financial ruin submitting, it turned into already properly beneath 2,000. And essentially, ETH fell off and never definitely recovered a good deal after the lunar collapse, definitely inside the March, or become that May. It commenced to fall off in March. But then in May, when the lunar fall apart passed off that yar, ETH just fell all of the manner down. I neglect what the lows had been, however nicely below 2,000. But I did go to grok to fact test right here and see while these distributions are going to be taking region. They started out, or were set to start here, January 3rd of this 12 months. And they are imagined to take area within 60 days of this date, which brings us into March. So through March, most of this must be allotted, and they are going to be getting paid lower back in US dollars. And it is going to be based off the cost of the crypto assets on the time of the financial ruin filing in November 2022. And it says, with additional interest carried out, I don't know how a lot is there. However, it is something to observe out for because we were given a lot. I'm going to display you right here on the give up of this episode that this SEC versus Ripple case is going to be thrown out through March. That's my new prediction. And then with this FTX date taking us out until March, and this also aligns with when we may want to see the SEC's new chairman, Paul Atkins, being confirmed in the next 30 to 60 days as well. So eyes on March and April for this crypto alt season, virtually topping out here. I think it's coming for XRP and lots of our favorite other alts. We're going to get a neighborhood cycle top in this March-April timeframe, and I want you guys to be prepared for that. Now, into the XRP Ripple information, it's massive. Trust Pockets, full guide for the XRP ledger, and you need to understand how big this is. You can now have interaction with the chain and store, ship, and acquire your XRP and XRP ledger tokens. There's many wallets that had incorporated maintaining XRP, our impartial bridge Forex, reserve foreign money of the brand new economic machine. You ought to preserve it on their pockets. However, you couldn't integrate. You could not function inside the XRP ledger DEX. You could not get entry to the AMM. You couldn't buy NFTs. You couldn't buy your meme tokens in case you want to be a degen. Now you will be able to. So that is a large deal. It's no longer simply an integration of XRP. It's an integration of the whole XRP ledger. And this is what we adore to look. Integrate the XRP ledger. We're beginning to get systems. We still need CoinGecko. However, we noticed DEX Screener delivered the XRP ledger DEX. Nobody knew that we had a DEX. Nobody knows that we're getting all this programmability. Nobody's being attentive to the truth that XRP ledger DeFi is set to explode this 12 months. You want to be your own bank properly. It is coming. Planting the Ripple flag in Portugal nowadays with Unicambio, our first Portuguese purchaser and the US's main currency exchange provider. Using Ripple bills, their corporate customers can now move finances close to right away among Portugal and Brazil. Now that is the oldest currency exchange in Portugal. We like to call this a turn of the switch moment. No, it does not relate to rate. Don't make that remark. I'm just going to store yourself proper now. This is not about fee. This is set flipping the turn on some other US going stay in our XRP ledger price network. Ripple, spearheading this attempt, has flipped the switch now in over 70, 80 international locations. Just keeps on moving. 70 plus countries, over 500 banks and establishments partnered up. And this simply occurs to be the oldest currency trading in the state of Portugal, a rustic that is already leaning into crypto. And so you'll love to see this big. Cassie Craddock here with the replace breakdown. This is the first ever Ripple payments deployment in Portugal and brings immediate move border payments to the Portugal-Brazil corridor. Another haul where we're getting it flowing, we're getting it transferring. Portugal's thriving crypto atmosphere makes it the perfect subsequent step for Ripple in Europe. Absolutely love to look it. We're no longer completed.